Today I have Olight's newest compact mountable light, the Baldor Mini. It features an integrated green laser designed to give you your smaller weapons a laser and a light. Thanks to Skybend for sending this to me to look at and review. As we round out 2020, please make sure you're giving me a follow on social media, as I do want to do some more giveaways next year, and it's a good idea to keep updated with sales that I have and coupons that I get too from other manufacturers. Make sure to follow my Instagram to enter to win the Woobun giveaway that ends soon too. Here is the packaging that the Olight Baldr Mini comes in. It's Olight's standard package that they've used here for mini lights. White, Chains Max Lumens, and throw. A little picture of the light on there, and that's really it. It comes with a few accessories. You get the manual, and you get a bag of accessories here, which is a few extra screws and a tool to allow you to screw in the 1913 rail adapter, as well as a Allen key to adjust the windage and elevation on the light itself. And then you get the charger here, and that's one thing to note, that you can see here that it says special. The magnetic polarity here is reversed from your standard Olight chargers that look just like this, so it will attach to any of your small form factor weapon lights like this PL Mini 2 that I reviewed last year. The Baldor Mini here on the bottom follows similar design cues from Olight's other pistol lights. The most similar one I think is this Olight PL Mini 2 Valkyrie, and then here's the original. You can see they're all similar in design and how they mount. It is made from aluminum here, and they did carry over the same mounting system that the PL Mini 2 also used, so right when it's in the unlocked position, it will slide up and down on these rails. You can see you can actually slide it off if you want to, and then when you get it to where you want, you can easily lock it down. This is great because once I get it onto my Glock 19 here, I can just slam it back, lock it in, and it's good to go. Isn't loose or anything like that. It's a good solid mounting system. As mentioned before, you do have the ability here to change to a 1913 rail piece for a little bit secure fit if your firearm needs that. On the side here, you do have adjustment holes here with little screws inside for elevation and windage, and that just adjusts the laser that is inside the light. To the factory, mine came fairly close to what I was seeing on my gun at 20 feet or so not a huge deal, but it's an all aluminum construction all the way around, top and bottom, so no durability issues there. I anticipate the buttons here are plastic and they just simply operate. Then at the very bottom here, you have the slider to allow you to go laser only, laser plus light, or light only, and I'll talk about more of that here in a minute. The sticker here for the laser, you can peel it off, so if you don't like it, you can do that. The other markings here are laser engraved, so they do not come off. The depth of the light here is about 4 millimeters deeper than the PL Mini 2 that I've got up here. At the bottom, you've got that magnetic charging pad as well. I measured the length here, excluding the buttons, at 48.75 millimeters, width at 27.25 millimeters, and height at 36 millimeters. Measured weight at 81.6 grams, and this is 13.1 grams more than the PL Mini 2. And the Baldor Mini here is IPX4 water rated. And since this light is just slightly larger than what the PL Mini 2 or other Olights is, I'm gonna say you're gonna need a new holster. Your current holster that might work for the PL Mini 2 will not work here for the Baldor Mini. Let's talk about the LED and laser here. The exact LED isn't specified, but I can tell you it's a cool white, and with a maximum lumens of 600. It's capable of throwing out to 130 meters, and I'd guess the tint to be around 6,000 Kelvin. The beam is slightly smaller than that on the PL2. I expected beam distortion due to that hole in the reflector there for the laser, but really it's very minimal, and you really only see it at distances less than about 10 feet or so. Here are my night shots for the Olight Baldr Mini, and this is 600 lumens out of an unspecified LED. You can see here it's in light only mode. It does a nice job of lighting up my backyard and the neighbor's backyard, but not much beyond that. Considering this is a pistol light, that's more than you most likely need. If I switch it over, you can see that laser point in the middle on the neighbor's fence, and the laser point actually goes quite a bit further, and it's relatively easy to see here as we bring it down and across. And then in laser only mode, we can see the same. Here is the Olight PL Mini 2. Very, very similar light, also 600 lumens. We can see the beam profile is just a little bit wider, it looks like. And here is back to the Baldor Mini. A little bit tighter beam profile here, a little bit wider on the Valkyrie. Very, very similar in terms of brightness. I'm guessing these are running the same LED, but the one here has the laser as well. Internally, the light has a built-in non-user replaceable 230 milliamp hour battery. I did 3 runtime tests in all 3 modes. So for light only, the light lasted out to 48 minutes, and you can see it got near peak runtime till 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it looks to have a time step down, which is substantial, down to 18% after that. Light only mode looks similar, but it runs just a little bit longer. It adds about 20 minutes of runtime if you don't want to use the laser for a full about 48 minutes. I use the same technique to measure the laser only mode here. While I don't trust the output graph to show the relative output, I do trust the runtime data, and total runtime of just the laser only was 2 hours 28 minutes. So the user interface here is super simple. It is these 2 paddles on the end, and they do the exact same thing. If you hit them together, nothing happens. The light just turns on, and it's easy to flip out of your fingers. I like these paddles. They're slightly angled to the side, and you've got a little bit of rubber pad here, so it's a silent operation, and it works pretty well. The key is down here on the bottom is your selector here, and this is a nice detent to it, and it's flush, so it doesn't stick out, so you can't catch anything on it. But on this farmost left position, you've got light only, and you can see when I turn that on, just the light. In the middle, you have light plus laser, and it's not picking up the laser on camera really. And then on the far right, you have just laser mode, and you can see that on camera. It is a green laser. You can press down once and it comes on and stays on, or you can press and hold long for momentary. As I mentioned before, the light has an internal 230 milliamp hour lithium polymer battery, and it's recharged via the magnetic mounting system on the bottom here for the Olight charging system. Again, this is a special charger where the magnetism is reversed. If you've got another Olight charger that looks like this but doesn't say special, the magnets will fight each other, so it's easy not to mess this one up, and that's due to the small battery size and slower charging rate here. Plug this into USB, and away you go. The light here goes red when charging and green when charged. It's very simple to use. Overall charging time from empty took 40 minutes to complete with the max charging speed of 0.35 amps. My opinion on the Olight Baldr Mini is that I appreciate the addition of the laser for minimal penalty of weight and added thickness. I thought the laser light in this main reflector would negatively impact the white light here, but I was really pleasantly surprised. It's super minimal and you don't really notice it. For me, this will replace where I was running the PL Mini 2 on my Glock 19, and for the Baldor Mini, I'll go with that one instead. If you plan to put this on a carry gun or something like that, you'll probably need a new holster due to the little bit of added depth here, and unfortunately they're just hard to find. There's not a ton of them out there. Hopefully Olight will get more manufacturers on board in the future for new weapon lights in 2021. I'll have a link to where you can pick this up on Amazon from Skybin. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll see you on the next review soon.